I guess for either of you, just questions were answered tonight for sure. To get a really solid conference win, 6 straight. How big is that for you guys?
I mean, it's really big. Having 6 straight wins, getting guys healthy, getting guys back, Kobe being a big part of that. It just helps us out, just a boost, kind of getting Connor in that December stretch. All that stuff's come together and really helped us. And, we just keep working hard, trusting the process and trusting what we've seen in the summer and having belief in ourselves.
Kobe, you guys had that great stretch in the first half. You had a huge double-digit lead. Just talk about what was going right for you in those moments.
Yeah, I mean, I think we stopped turning the ball over in that stretch. We were playing good defense, making them miss tough shots, and then just taking care of the ball and getting good looks on the other end. It's kind of how we extended that lead. Didn't keep it at a halftime, but building that lead is hard to do against any team, but especially a team as good as William and Mary.
How do you guys get more consistent to play at that high level that you did during that stretch in the first half? Best of both.
Yeah, I'd say I think it just takes time. Me, I'm 3 games back. I think we're just learning to trust each other. We got to eliminate the stretches where we take bad shots or don't take care of the ball. We had 19 turnovers tonight. That's a lot, and we still won. But just eliminating those and consistently getting better shots.
Yeah, I'd agree with him on that. Coach has been talking to us a lot about just coming out the game and getting good shots and, trying not to start off in a deficit, which we did a good job of in the first half, but then the second half kind of came back to bite us. So, just keep chipping away at it, like we've been able to come back. So just keep working.
What about the guy next to you gave me some really valuable minutes here tonight, came off the bench, played great defensively, controlled the boards when he was in there. But you too bad.
Yeah, 100%. I've never played with a guy as big as him, as big as Chol. You got to throw the ball up to Jupiter to get the ball over him in the paint. I think he, especially down the stretch, he came up with some huge rebounds that only he could get out on the floor, and that's just a testament to how much work he's put in, and how nice it's to play with a guy like him.
Christian, I guess Colby can't answer, but you can. When you had the down stretch, is there a confidence difference now than there was then? Were you feeling like, we're not going to win this, now you're coming out and we could beat every team? Has the confidence changed over that period of time and now that you're on a 6-game win streak?
No, I would say our self-beliefs pretty much stayed the same. I think we like I said, we had a lot of talent in the summer, and we kind of have seen that just competing against each other every day. We've had some injuries, and, we weren't playing our best basketball. So knowing that there was that much still there on the table, I felt confident in us.
Lots of ball movement tonight. Talk about y'all's chemistry as a team.
Yeah, it's getting better and better every game. You got guys like Chad and Jalen at the point who can really, really pick out a good pass. I think we all have a trust in each other and a belief that the next man will make the right play. So I think, good things happen when you can trust the guy next to you, and I feel like we have a lot of trust.
It's something a little bit about Chris Davis came off the bench about getting these valuable minutes.
Yeah, he was great off the bench for us. When I was beside him on the bench, he was finally. So, it was just good to see him out there playing and getting a little bit of his confidence there. So
we beat a really good team tonight, a team that's been playing extremely well, who's a challenge on both ends of the floor. I think they're obviously a terrific offensive team. They didn't shoot it as well. I'd like to think that some of that was a credit to our defense. And, defensively, they're much improved from a year ago. They do a great job of keeping the ball to the side and, playing in no middle and switching and playing with aggressiveness. So we knew it would be a challenge. Quite honestly, surprised that we got up by as many points as we did. If Jalen made those 2 free throws, we'd have gone in there, 16 points. And then, we talked about it, but couldn't take care of the ball, get matched up in transition in the first 3 or 4 minutes, and then we knew we had a game on our hands. But, our kids hung tough. How many games you're going to win when you turn the ball over 19 times? And so I give William and Mary a lot of credit. It's just their style. And we didn't do as good a job as we needed to do in that area. But by and large, we made the plays down the stretch when we had to. We shot well from the free throw line to end the game. And, proud of our guys. It's a good team that we beat. Told our guys they're going to beat some teams.
That 10 to 12-minute stretch there in the first half, I think that's the kind of team that people thought we would see. Is that what you thought you would see as well?
Well, we've won 6 in a row now. We're not going to decimate everybody we play. We've had a lot of adversity. I think that people can't really appreciate, everything our team's fought through and gone through, from injuries to, just some awkward situations, to be quite honest. And our guys have kept the fight. I read him an email from a school teacher out of North Carolina that came to our Elon game. She was an Elon Phoenix fan. Her and her husband sat behind our bench. She wrote me a long email about how she couldn't believe how together our bench was, how much energy, how much they talked to our players that were in the game. She just felt like it was amazing to see. Her husband's a coach. She took videos of our bench. I shared that with our team. Because, in this day and age, it's hard. You get guys from all over the place. They all have individual goals. There's not a lot of 3 and 4 year relationships. And our guys have done a really good job of playing for one another and getting better, despite the environment that college basketball is, and despite us going through adversity during that time. And I think we're going to get a whole lot better if we keep that same attitude. And so, I thought in the first half, we confused them a little bit. We went back and forth between zone and man. I'm sure that, screwed them up a little bit. Coach Earl's an amazing coach. He did a great job. They adjusted, and they had an easier way in the second half offensively. But we made the plays down the stretch to win the game.
What does it kind of say about your team in the way that, in any kind of, any kind of opposition, if you will, that they never gave up the lead? I think it got it down to 1, but you always kind of stuck strong. You never gave up a lead. Like, what did it say about a team like that they constantly just held them off enough and then put them away with it?
Yeah, one of our core values that we preach and talk about every day is resilience. And, it's not an easy thing to teach nowadays, because as you guys know, so many things are instantaneous. People want instant results. They want to see something on their phone quickly. It's just, and when things don't work out, how many of us scream at the computer for being slow when your web page won't download, right? And so we're trying to teach our team, our individuals, what resilience is all about. We weren't perfect. We turned the ball over way too many times, but gosh darn it, we kept at it, and I'm proud of our guys.
Yeah, 9 points and 20 rebounds.
Yeah.
And I thought Christian really came in and gave you a huge lift up in saying that.
Yeah. Gosh, man, I want it so badly for Christian because, I think he's just scratching the surface. He's first of all, he had 4 block shots tonight, which for him, he hasn't been the presence defensively that Joel's been. So that's awesome to see. That tells me that he had great awareness on back cuts. He had discipline, of not coming down and fouling guys, which he had an issue earlier in the season with. I wanted to feed the ball to him more because he's so good around the basket. But, their plan, their strategy, even though they're small, we made some errant passes that we've got to be able to get the ball to him. Our players have to realize they're not playing with a 6'8", 6'9" center. This dude's 7'1". Throw it where the defense can't get it. We're going to get there with him. Joel's a different type of player. He's better in space and rolling and whatnot. But 2 guys that add a lot to our team at that position. There's going to be times where we play them together now that we have Colby back. So that's exciting.
And was it what they were doing defensively, or were you guys with the turning?
Yeah, I think a combination of both. I will say that we made some silly ones down the stretch. We Connor should have had a lob to I think it was Christian in the first half. Just some ones we have to be a little bit more disciplined in our play. Then I give William and Mary a lot of credit. Like they have balls on the left side of the floor. You won't see one defender on the right side of the floor. They pull over, and so you're trying to do everything down the middle of the floor. But you keep doing the same attack. They sort of get a beat on it. But yeah, give them a lot of credit. we're not a team that's turned the ball over very much, and I don't expect us to be moving forward.
I asked your guys this and ask you this to talk about how your team chemistry is. I mean, I saw tonight high fives. You guys never gave up. I saw Connor Higman help one of the other players from the other team when they'll get back up. Talk about how important that is to you and this team before.
You know, it's to me, it's everything. Like I just think that you know, to have high character players in your program is so important, because when things don't go well, you know, your character really gets revealed. And, you know, like I said, there were times early in the season where things didn't go well. And I don't mean just the Belmont, you know, blasting that we got and some of the other games that we played. That was certainly part of it. But just some other things that our guys have gone through. But their character is very, very high. And so I think it's reflective in the email I talked about from the school teacher in North Carolina. I see it every single day. It's a group I love coaching, and I want success for them, and we're going to continue to get better.
There were times earlier in the season when the ball and player movement would get a little bit stagnant offensively, and got to kind of stand around it. So 19 assists on 27 made baskets. But everything was moving well. What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, you have to understand too. Like, you know, we're moving guys at different positions. You know, we're playing freshman extended minutes. I mean, we had guys, a lot of guys out. You know, Jalen Counter wasn't practicing a lot. Christian Reeves wasn't practicing a lot, even when they were playing in games. You know, Colby's a guy's gonna be playing 30 minutes a game for us. He's an all-conference player. Mr. Dean was out. Like, the list goes on. And so you, as much as you'd love to say, hey, next man up, let's go, right? You still have to figure out a way to practice and put guys in position. And get guys acclimated to Division I basketball. And so I think they're doing a terrific job. They're not perfect, but I love coaching them. We're going to continue to get better. Thanks, guys.